What is up, guys? And today we're going to be recording another PvP video. Now, today's video is on Venolen. And I've wanted to play Venolen for a while, and I actually have new reasons to play it. I'm going to see how well it does. I did a couple test battles with it before to mess around with this set, and it worked really well. Before I get into this video, quick shout out to, I gotta give a shout out to this person in my server, in my Discord server, which the link is in the description. Their name is, they go by Director L in my server. They used to go by Witty, but they basically gave me a lot of inspiration for this set, and I basically run a modded Bane of Haste version of this set. Now, keep in mind this set works perfect with Bane of Haste. You can run it without Bane of Haste. It doesn't really matter. The only exception to running it with Bane of Haste is you run 0 speed UP and you run no one speed. I would modify this a little bit depending on what you're trying to outspeed. If you're also not running Bane of Haste, you have the perk of running Clay Slap over Dodge. I don't, obviously, and because we only get 2 ranged moves, quite literally Adaptive Assault and Clay Slap, then I can't do anything. So we're just going to run Dodge. And again, I messed around with this set. I didn't know how well it goes. Actually works really well. So this is the secret ability, and I'm going to be going over the set for it. So I run Frail, Very Clever, Sluggish. My friend Dami actually rallied this for me. And I run the Energy Orb. Energy Orb just being, I want to get as many Rejuvenates up as possible. My dodges cost less, my poison costs less, my Adaptive Assault. I can get a lot of moves up that I would not normally be able to use, just because of how much Rejuvenate costs. And we're good on energy, but, you know, still. So, because of that, I ended up investing only 4 in energy, just because I didn't want to have to invest a lot. I wanted to be as bulky and ranged defense as possible, so I put 96, and then, of course, the average 200 health and 200 ranged attack. So this is what we are running. I would do separate speed calculations. I suggest you do separate speed calculations if you wanted to do this. This really lets you get a solid amount of rejuvenates up. I would suggest you get like 3 rejuvenates if you really need to. You typically only go for 2 though, unless you're pure stalling. But you also have dodge and poison and adaptive assault. Best way to run this set is if you have a Drogo and you can get 2 toxic or 2 poison barbs up. That'll automatically give them a pretty bad poison, and then of course with your SA Baneful you deal 20% more damage to opponents who are inflicted with poison. So because of that, you know, it's really good if you're able to get that poison up. But of course, if you cannot get stage 2 up, that is fine. It works just fine. Or you can poison them yourself, which is also a pretty good stall tactic, I would have to say. So the only recommendation I would have, like Loomian-wise playing with it, Cosmure works really well with it, and Venolen. Mainly because you don't want to get bodied by melee attackers. You are a ranged tank. This is a pure ranged tank, and you are also a pure ranged attacker. So as long as you keep that in mind, like your melee defense is, it's decent. You can actually live a hit from Hunder, which I tested out today. So you can live. I had a Hunder use Thunder Chomp on me, and it landed a crit, and I still lived, and I wasn't even full health. So you can live a pretty solid hit from Hunder, and I would assume that's the same for Blaze Chomp and the other Chomp moves. You really only thing to be worried about is, of course, you cannot take Earthquakes, Setimar. You can't take Setimars, Bararks, Garbantis. Do not go near those things. You will want to swap out immediately. The only other thing I would be concerned about is Metronet, just because of how crazy its ranged attack stat is. But if you're dealing with like mediocre things like maybe Dusket, you should be fine ranged defense wise, as long as you're able to poison them and then like get rejuvenates up. You know, you'll be fine. Venolen, again, it's just my melee tank. It's just there. If you want to see my set for my Venolen, I actually have a whole separate video on that you can check out. It'll be in the same playlist as this video. But yeah, Cosmure, also really bulky Loomian. It's just another, works both ways, tank-wise. And I'll actually have a video on this, all Cosmure sets coming out soon. So but after that, let's just get straight into the battle. Let's go ahead and battle Spectral Waffle, which I've battled them before, and they're pretty solid, so they're going to be a good to test this set out on. Automatically, I see Pwuff, which actually walls it walls our dear friend Venolen pretty well here, and then Pulf is also a decent swap in for Drogo's toxic bars to get rid of them. Jpokeplayz, a little scary, not life-threatening. Your Soul, quick punch, again, kind of scary, but we should be able to do hefty damage to it. Really, overall, there's nothing insanely bad. The Zulong Venolen could actually take on pretty well from my experience. But yeah, so we're going to put in Venolen, of course. I'm actually going to lead... I'm thinking I'm probably going to lead Cosmure, just because it's pretty bulky. Again, I'm not really seeing anything that I'm particularly scared of. The Pluff is annoying. It won't let me really display the set I want to show off. Yeah, and he actually let it there, which is what I was slightly concerned about. But I will lead Cosmure. As soon as I'm able to take out the Pluff, I will actually be doing really well. The Pluff might try and toxic me, but because we have Slumber, we're doing really well. Really well. Yeah, we did hefty damage to it. Pretty hefty damage, and he goes for the Icicle Trap, which does not affect us a lot. So we're just going to get it out of the game. We're just going to Psycho Blast it. If he swaps, he swaps, but with Pluff, maybe because of Rejuvenate, but with the team that I had, it's probably best if he just sacks it off here. He does swap, so maybe he does want to get that Rejuvenate up. He's actually going to go into Jpokeplayz, which is a really, really good wall against Cosmure, considering we don't have anything incredibly good about it. I'm going to swap. I'm looking at, for Jpokeplayz, my main thing that I would typically do is, you know, of course we have Drogo who can hit Jpokeplayz decent, but Baroque is our main thing. I would just come in and Earthquake it. We're actually going to try out Venolen against it. I think Venolen should be able to be a ranged wall against Jpokeplayz pretty solid, so let's go ahead and see how well this does. Yeah, Jpokeplayz is going to go for the Luminous Roar, which does absolutely nothing. I'm going to go straight for the poison. He's going to swap, and we're going to see into, I want to say Pluff. Yeah, he's going to go into Pluff, predicting that we were going to try and poison him or get an Adaptive Assault off. He knew really well. Considering our Adaptive Assault is neutral, I'm just going to go straight for that. I'm just going to click it, and he is actually faster than me, considering we were running Bane of Haste. If I had set up my Bane of Haste, again, we would be faster, but due to that, we're not. This situation, I could do multiple things. I'm probably just going to swap back into Cosmure. Not really hard decision for me. Probably, you know, just coming back into it. He's going to go for the Hydro Slash, which does absolutely nothing. I'm going to double swap here. I'm going to try and read him going back into Jpokeplayz to wall me of the sort. Maybe he stays in. I'm not too sure. Maybe he goes for a poison. Because he has that chance of going for a poison, I'm just going to click Psycho Blast here again. Yeah, and that was the right play because he stayed in. So, glad I didn't try and go for the read there. Reads really just depend on your opponent. You know, if you were going up against a pretty crazy opponent, you would probably want to swap out. And here we see Zulong. Zulong can do hefty damage to me. But not to Venolen. I want to safe swap in Venolen just because at the decent health it's at. Seeing the move that's coming at me, I don't really want to sack Cosmure, but it's probably the best play here. I'm just going to go for the Meteor Crash. Not sure if it kills or not. Yeah, he goes for the Elemental Burst. We'll see if it picks up a KO on me. It does not, because we are incredibly bulky. And I don't think we kill it. We do actually. We do. Sometimes, if you run it just enough in Zulong, you can survive a hit from Cosmure. Just saying, so. Let's see what comes in. And he brings in the Jpokeplayz, which I was surprised that he didn't bring in immediately. We're pretty low. I can't even click Slumber here. At this point, I just have to wait it out, and, you know. If I'm able to click Slumber next turn, I'm able to click Slumber, but otherwise, no. He hits me with a Raging Howl. I'm surprised. I guess it's because his signature move is light, since he's running SA. And he outspeeds, so he hits me with a Luminous Roar. So I was not able to get my Slumber off. I would have done really well if I was. And again, we're just going back into Venolen. Venolen is a incredibly solid swap. Personally, I'm going to go straight for the Rejuvenate. I just want to get healed up. If I see something else, you know, come in that's sort of threatening. No, he disperses. Okay, he knows that I'm gonna poison him or rejuve. I'm just gonna do something over here. So I'm hitting rejuve automatically. nice amount. I'm going to click Poison now. Not really scared of that Eclipse. He goes for an attack. Does pretty solid damage, but, you know, he took a decent amount of health, and we were able to poison him, and he's not doing too well. So I basically get a free rest here, or I get a free attack or whatever I want to do. I'm personally going to go for the Adaptive Assault just in case he rests. He does not rest, but I should be able to take it out if I really wanted to. Yeah, and then of course Poison knocks it out. So that was a really good combination of play there. And we will see what comes in. I know he had that Seer Knight on his team. Ended up bringing the Ursul, which is a scary melee attacker. If I wanted to wall the Ursul, that would be an automatic swap into Venolen. We're actually going to see how well we can do living hit-wise. I'm going to hit Rejuvenate here because, you know, he goes for the slap down, so he's getting rid of my energy orb, and that does end up killing me. So that goes to show how weak on the melee side we are. But that was a really good representation of that battle there. Really good representation of showing off how you use it. And, I mean, Venolen just walls Ursul. With Venolen, I could probably scapegoat if I wanted to, or I could just Geyser and try and land my burn. I'm not going to scapegoat just because I want him to take, I mean, that's a shame. We lost our chocolate bar, but it's fine. I just want him to take Sharp Edges damage, so we did get a burn. I'm just going to keep clicking Geyser and hope I get a burn, which will do solid to him. Quick Punch. Just gets hurt by Sharp Edges. I'm just clicking Geyser again. I mean, he could have gone for a normal move. Trying to get that burn off. I'm going to go ahead and click Soft Water here just so I can start healing back up. He swaps, which was actually bad for me depending on what he went into. Yeah, that's a pretty bad play for me, considering it forces me to swap since this is his ranged attacker. Dorogo can't really take out the Ursul. Barak probably can do the finishing blow if I had to. So if I wanted to make use of Dorogo here, I'd probably swap in. I'm not too sure what I want to do here. Venolen isn't going to do that much damage, so I'm just going to go straight for the swap. If you had a fire type on your team, now would be the time to go ahead and get rid of the Icicle traps. Or you would probably do it before, of course, but... And he kills my Dorogo, so Dorogo was my sack off there. If it comes to a 1v1 between Venolen and Ursul, Venolen wins this. So, not too concerned. I'm going to try and kill it, of course. But I don't know. Zeppelin used Resonate, so it is really powerful, and he might actually win here. I was not expecting that. If I still had Venolen, I'd be using that here. It looks like he might be running... I was going to say he might be running the very smart set, but no. Zeppelin just has an incredible ranged attack. So my swaps were worthless. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with a Geyser. I pretty much lost the game here. Yeah, it outspeeds and it kills me. So that is a GG. That is a pretty good GG's, I would have to say. Good representation of Venolen. I would like to see if I could get one more match in. Although, again, that was a really clean battle that I had there. So let me just go up to someone and challenge them. Typically, you would do competitive, but, you know, since you don't typically run Energy Orb on anything else, you do run it on Icicle. If you really wanted to, I would say it's really solid for Icicle, but, you know. I mean, if Icicle is your bane of haste setter, then that's the case. Halloween Kabunga is actually really good in the meta now, so that is another option, and somebody accepted, so. Hopefully this person isn't a complete noob and they actually have some PvP. Yeah, it looks like they have PvP Loomians. Blowtox, again, man, coming out with the poison types. Blowtox walls Venolen pretty hard, so I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, which was I led Cosmere. I'm seeing 2 dark types. I actually don't want to put up with that, so I'm not leading Cosmere. White, yeah, I'm going to lead Garbantus, which I would not typically do. Or Cephalops. Cephalops or Garbantus, they're both solid leads here. There's not really a strong use for Venolen this round. So, we're going Barak, and we're going Cephalops here. think Cephalops lead is also solid, so I think I'm gonna lead Cephalops. And now we wait and to see. Cephalops walls Chartiki if Chartiki comes in, although I don't think they're bringing Chartiki. We'll see. They lead Blowtox. They lead Blowtox. They're gonna go for the Icicle Trap, which affects Garb, but not really anything else on the team. Let's go ahead and check this out. I'm actually gonna see if I can put them to sleep. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, Icicle Trap. I couldn't really do anything about that. I'm gonna Hypnotize. Hopefully we don't miss. Eventually Hypnotize will be changed, which is why I will be running Venolen over Dyborg. Typically right now Venolen and Dyborg are a pretty good combo, but you know, it's really solid whether you however you choose to run them. Venolen just really needs a good melee tank to work well. To clip swap, fine with that. I just wanted to set up Icicle Trap on you. I'm not a huge threat to you. I'm going to click Hypnotize on this Eclipse. I mean, it's probably going to hit a light move. Yeah, hit Gamble Pulse on me. I'll live. Do a lot, but I'll live, so that's fine. And I can always recover with Soul Drain. And we did not miss there, so their Eclipse is asleep, which gives us an officially a safe swap. We might actually die to Icicle Trap if we come in. Switching to Venolen here would be really solid. I mean, it would let me get up like an Adaptive Assault if I wanted to. I'm actually going to go, I could go into Cosmere and I could click Peace of Mind. I think that's actually what I'm going to do here, because I don't believe Garb can Oko, so we're going into Cosmere here, and just gonna Peace of Mind until they wake up, and hopefully we'll be able to click Slumber. I see a decent thing Venolen might be able to be used against. Venolen could be used against the Eclipse, but just considering it, you know, it won't be able to, it's asleep and everything, I'd rather not wake it up, and that would have just been a waste on Hypno type deal with Cephalops, so we'll see. If they choose to swap out, they choose to swap out. The right play is going into Vesp here, so we'll actually see what they decide to do. They go into Valkyrie, which does not bother me. Strong metal move they can use up against me. Does not bother me that much. I'm going to click Peace of Mind again. I run Heavy Shield in Cosmere stage 2, so yeah, it's going to click Metal Blast. Hopefully they don't run Magnify. And they got a crit, so they ignored my stat boost and killed me, which probably affects the game. It's actually probably game here, which is sad to say, but typically that does not happen. Not much I can do about that. Not much I can do about that. I need that Cosmere to be bulky for my team. I'm pressing Earthquake, really. If they want a Mega Chop, they can swap into Eclipse. That doesn't really bother me that much. Eclipse should be able to kill me, but I'm not sure. Go into Your Snack, actually, which is a really, yeah, and it gets, of course, it gets the tank, so it took decent. I'll say that much. And we'll just hit it with an Earthquake again. I'm not really sure there's any other play I would want to do with Your Snack. I could swap into Venolen, but since it's a heavy melee attacker, I just don't want to put up with that right now. He's actually just going to baffle out. He's like, nah, fam. I don't want to put up with you. He wants to use this tank again, which, I mean, that's fine by me. Baffle doesn't bother me. I have quick pounce, and I'm slower than most of this guy's team already. So, when you're accounting for those things, unless he's running like a bunch of Bane of Haste Loomians, again, it's actually really decent. He must be he's either calculating here or he's, you know, just thinking. If you were to go all the way down to the timer, then he'd just straight up be timer stalling, but I doubt it. Even I take a good 30 to 50 seconds to think about my move, unless it's like just a, you know, like this. I was just like, yeah, I just gonna press Earthquake, and he doesn't have an air type, so maybe he goes into Chartiki, but I don't think he would Chartiki swap on me knowing that I could just Mega Chomp him. So, not to mention the Baffle might not even make him faster than me with Chartiki, considering how slow Chartiki is. It is taking him a long time to make his move. Hopefully he's not trying to timer stall me. No, he went out. He's going into, he went into the Chartiki. Okay, so he melted his icicle trap. So, I mean, pretty solid for him, play-wise. We're gonna click Mega Chomp here. I think I actually forgot that it was a Baffle because it took so long. And he should click Life Drain here. He double swapped into Blowtox. Interesting. We woke the Blowtox up, and we're hurt by its sharp edges, but that is fine. We will just Earthquake here. So, he's going to Aqua Jaws. Maybe it kills. No, it actually doesn't. We're able to pick up the kill on the Blowtox, so Blowtox no longer walls us, really. That's really nice. And, of course, next turn, we'll probably get a Quick Pounce up. If it's Chartiki, oh well, but we'll probably get a Quick Pounce up before we die. So we're doing really well with Rourke. Again, it's a really big a shame that he was able to pick up the kill on. He was really able to pick, really big a shame that he was able to pick up the kill with his Valkyrie and everything. Yeah, we're just gonna click Quick Bounce. There's really no reason for us to click any other move. We don't even kill it, but that's fine. We broke its tank, and he slapped downed us. So. Pretty much we outspeed his Snack with anything we go into, and we've broken its tank. So, he healed up with Health Amulet. That doesn't bother me much. Venolen might not would outspeed it just because we're running the Bane of Haste set. Otherwise, I would typically swap into Venolen here. Cephalops is faster than my Bane of Haste Venolen, so it would be best to swap into Cephalops. I'm actually going to go ahead and calculate this here. So Cephalops, and we're going to go to Snack, calcing, perfectly fine. Snack has a base speed of 55, and Cephalops has a base speed of 52, so in the long run, he probably would outspeed me, plus he could always swap into Eclipse. So I'm looking at, as hefty as it is, I'm looking at a Garbantus swap here. That's a lot that we took. Just click Clay Slap here, I think. Really solid play if he decides to swap. He decides to dodge. I mean, he gets that Health Amulet up, so it's really good for him. Really good for him. He could live a hit. I wouldn't be surprised if he lives a hit, but we're counting on him not living a hit, so we're just going to click Clay Slap. And he swaps. We'll see what he goes into. He goes into Chartiki, so melts his thing all the way. He really wanted that tank, which is fine, considering he would actually live again. Chartiki here, not really much to do. Venom Chomp, he goes into Valkyrie. Lot of swaps going on there. I outspeed, so I'm gonna click Clay Slap. I don't know if I would be able to pick up the KO, but I would like to. And he's just, man, he's going to town. He's swapping. Not too sure what he's doing. We got a crit there. I'm just going to click Venom Chomp again. I mean, I'm not too sure what he would like to do. He's really just wearing his own team out. He's wearing my energy out. And he goes into Eclipse. I see. We did not even wake up his Eclipse. We have enough for that. But considering he has at least one turn of sleep, I'm just going to click Rest here. He swaps. He's just trying to waste our energy. Which I am not affected by, so we're just gonna click that, and here we click Clay Slap now. So really solid combination of moves. He was trying to stall me out there, and I mean, I'm just unaffected by it. So goes into Chartiki, Clay Slap, and if he wants to swap Chartiki out, he can, but I'm just gonna click Clay Slap again because of that. So, yeah, he didn't swap Chartiki. He knew about the kill there. He should have just sacked one of his Loomians in the long run. He's trying to waste my energy. And then of course with the Snack, he probably could have even completely stalled me out with it. Clay Slap wise, I don't even think I'll pick up the KO, so I'm just gonna click Poison. And we don't miss, so we're thankful for that. He clicks Baffle on us. He didn't want to stay in, actually. He's swapping out. Now, I believe, yeah, we were 143 HP. So I get one more. I'm above half. But at one point, I get one more swap with Garbantis. I need Garbantis to actually pick up the KO and Valkyrie, if I believe. So let's go into our range tank. Let's actually showcase Venolen here. Venolen is a solid Loomian. It should be able to tank hits from Valkyrie. We'll actually see here. We took damage to Icicle Trap, but here is a Metal Blast, and we'll see how well we do. Valkyrie has a pretty big range attack set. We wall Valkyrie incredibly hard after that. You see there, so he has multiple options here. He still has that Your Snack if he really wanted to go back into it. I'm going to click the Valkyrie as Magnify. I could click Rejuvenate. I could also click Poison here. I'm going to I think I'm going to click Rejuve here, just because we're full. Yeah, he's going to Metal Blast again, and considering we tank it pretty hard, Rejuve was a good move. Hopefully it just doesn't crit us out like he did a while ago, which was actually pretty scary. I'm going to click Poison here, and then I'll click Dodge. So really solid combination of move. And he goes for the Magnify. Pretty scary, I would have to say. Pretty scary with the Magnify. The Magnify might knock us out now. Hopefully he would know that we were going to attack or rejuve. I'm just going to click Dodge. I'm going to hope he attacks us and waste some energy. We're going to see what he's going to do. Yeah, he went for the attack. He went for the offense. And there he goes. He's dying to Poison. So Venolen is actually doing its job here incredibly well. Again, if you had speed. No, even if you had speed, you couldn't outspeed the Valkyrie. There, we could have gone for a double dodge. It wasn't even worth it. Venolen served its purpose. Venolen did really well this game. Even though I didn't get to showcase a lot at that round, it did incredibly well. And, I mean, that's really it. So, we're going to swap and do Garb, which should live on 1 HP here. Yep, just that 1 HP. And, I mean, it's pretty much game because it lives on 1 HP, which is, as surprising as it is incredibly true. Valkyrie could flail here, which is probably what it's going to do. Just because of the flail, I'm going to hit it with the Clay Slap. Otherwise, I would have rested or gone for a wait, but just because I'm on 1 HP and I actually need this Garbantis to end up winning the game, I cannot afford that. So, comes in with the Your Snack. He's ready to kill my Garbantis. Cephalops will probably pick up the KO on Your Snack, but I'm going to look at my moves here. We get Stab off of Clay Slap, so just keeping that in mind. It goes for 60 strength, and then 65, and then, yep, we are Earth type. So we will end up doing more damage with Clay Slap, not to mention we lower their speed. So we'll just go for the Clay Slap, and hopefully it dies in the long run. If it dies here, it dies. I doubt it will. Yeah, it doesn't even dent it, really. And he goes for the Slap Down, ends up killing us, which is a shame. I think we lose this battle too, but he's still. So really solid game overall, and it gets hurt by Poison. Not to mention it, I mean, doesn't really have any energy left, so. Unless he swaps it to Calypso, which he may do, but that doesn't really affect me that much. We did live coming into an Icicle Trap. We did live, to be fair. But, you know. Yeah, he does swap into the Calypso. He wants that greedy speed raise. So, that's one turn. I sadly miss out on that energy, and I can't heal up anymore. Best option is just to rest here. I mean, hopefully it doesn't wake up. It's game here. I lost as soon as Garbantis died, but this guy played really well. He played really well, same as Spectral did, so, you know, shout out to them for being able to win these games. I was not able to win. Venolen is a really solid Loomian. We even got a crit there. I mean, I knew it was game. I knew it was game when Garb died. If Garb was able to live, you know, we would have been able to pick up the win, but Icicle Trap hit me pretty hard. I'm actually going to put in a GG in the chat on that one, because that one was pretty good. Who is this guy? I don't know. Stizzy. Okay. It was a really good game. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. That is my set on Venolen. And Venolen did its job really well. I'm happy with it. I'm excited for it to hopefully get more ranged moves when they raise the level cap. You don't run Clay Slap with Bane of Haste just because it lowers your opponent's speed, so you could run Clay Slap, but as of now, with Adaptive Assault and Dodge and Poison, it really does its job. Same for Rejuvenate. Really bulky Loomian, it's solid overall. I would probably rank it up there with Beelzedew, with as good as it is range tank wise. So I thought Beelzedew was the best range tank in the game, and I think I found a new one just because really I can get that Rejuvenate. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video and getting this far and watching the second battle and everything, and I will see you guys next time.